Now, your most accurate forecast from the First Coast News Weather Team, sponsored by AC Designs.
It is still full-on summer out here, and it feels like that. It is hot. We have those storms bubbling up. The time lapse out at St. Augustine, heading towards the Bridge Alliance, continuing to watch that shelf cloud work its way in. That's the outflow from these heavy rain showers. You can see, taking a look at the map, just south of that, it's a little bit cooler. St. Augustine is currently at 93, but this was the high temperature for today. I'm fairly confident next hour this is going to be a lot cooler as that rain and that outflow pushes right overhead. Looking at the bigger picture, you know what we have going on. It's this low pressure area starting to move across the Mississippi River. We have plenty of storms due to the instability out ahead of it, and all that is going to continue to shift and settle towards the south and east as we go ahead through Sunday and into Monday. Today, on the other hand, we still have those isolated showers. See, there's that latest line now just pushing offshore, really just approaching St. Augustine right in there, pushing off there, and actually just passing by Ponte Vedra right along A1A around Palm Valley there. East of Nocatee at this time. I know the rain just pushed through your neighborhoods, but looks like that's all starting to taper off. And once this cell moves offshore, I think for the most part, outside of a few isolated pop-ups, we're going to be done for the rest of the night as far as this rain is concerned. Taking a look overnight, though, temperatures do get down into the mid to high 70s. Tomorrow, on the other hand, we're back into the mid to high 90s, and the heat index, once again, over about 105, 106 degrees. So drink plenty of water, stay cool out there however you can. If you got the access to a pool, great. If you're going to head out to the beach, the rip current risk may be down a bit, especially from last week. Actually, just in general, the waves are going to be rather low, less than a half a foot, so just kind of those waves slapping at your ankles. But don't let that mislead you, though. Still, if you're not a great swimmer, try to stay out of the water there. All thanks to offshore wind too, which is continuing to dominate, but that westerly wind also is keeping things hot out there. UV index also remaining very high, so if you got that sensitive skin, make sure you put on plenty of sunblock, or maybe just, long sleeve shirt and a hat always goes a long way. All right, taking a look at the futurecast. So let's go ahead through tomorrow. This is 5, 6 o'clock. You have that front back towards the north. You have that flow coming in out of the southwest. That's going to fire up those thunderstorms as we get into those peak of daytime heating. Then again on Monday, the front gets a little bit closer, and that's going to increase that instability, which means more scattered showers and thunderstorms, and a few of these could become strong to severe through not only the evening, but even starting into the mid to late morning hours as this kicks on through. So it's not just that daytime heating, it's going to be that moisture flow and that approaching front. And even on this graphic, you can really see what I'm talking about, that flow wrapping around, kicking on through, supported by the upper level trough. It's just basically ingredients to make a cake of thunderstorms out here. I hope that made sense. Anyways, here's a look at that forecast. Plenty of rain, thunderstorms, and